Hi everybody, Rochelle here from Québec Cichlidés. Today I'm going to take you on a little tour of my fish store, so stay tuned. Obviously you saw the gist of it in the video intro, but I really want to take you tank to tank to show you what it's like, and the store has changed a lot since I recorded that intro. I actually have to record a new one, but I didn't do it. Last week I didn't make a video, and basically what we're living with is it's stressful. It's a very stressful situation for everyone around the world, and I needed a week off, and I got so many heartwarming messages on Facebook, on by email, on YouTube, and even I didn't have time to answer all of them, but I am so grateful, and thank you so much for checking in on me. I am safe, I'm healthy, don't worry about me. So thank you everyone for checking in on me. You are so kind. So I wanted to, this week I wasn't even planning on making a video. I'm exhausted. I haven't been inspired every time I'd be in front of a page to write an article. Nothing would come out. So I figured I'd just take you on a little tour of this fish store. It changed a lot since my last fish store tour. I am sitting in front of my 150-gallon tank that my last video, I showed you how I fixed it. It took me 6 months because even without the pandemic, I don't have time to do anything. So it took me 6 months, and I'm so happy. It looks amazing. I finally ended up adding my FX5 on there, so they have actually good filtration. I didn't get to adding extra fish since last time, so some of them left because they got sold, and others, they're doing fine in there. In case you're wondering what my local fish store has done for the pandemic, all the stores that sell animal food or accessories or products, stuff like that, to care for animals, these have been deemed essential services in Quebec. So we stayed open despite the pandemic. We had to close on Sundays because the government thinks I should rest. I'm not going to get into that. So yeah, we stayed open, and we developed many different kinds of ways to get our goods, our fish as well, because it's nice to have a bit of money coming in as well. This is our bread and butter. So we've found creative ways to get these to the clients. If you're looking at this from outside of Quebec, even outside of Greater Montreal, I still can't ship to you yet. A couple days ago, I tried shipping a box out with a courier, and there were unexpected delays. The box was just dry goods, so it was fine, but I'm not risking that for fish. So fish shipments are still postponed for Greater Montreal though. So Montreal, a lot of the North Shore and the South Shore, we have a company that we're dealing with that does door-to-door in the same day. So we pack your fish, and I've had people place their order and 1 hour later have them at their house. So it's extremely safe, and we've been dealing a lot with this company, and everyone is so satisfied, and it's kind of like an Uber but for shipping. So the people that come in, they're just regular people like you and me, and they are so kind. We're dealing with those. That's helped us out a lot, even for products and stuff like that, but for fish. So if you're from Greater Montreal, give us a call or send us a message on Facebook or by email for a quote if you're interested. We also offer car pickups. You give us your order, you pay over the phone, and you can pick it up with your car. So if ever you want fish, you need products, you need anything, and you're in Greater Montreal, we can still help, and we're still open, we're still here. Of course, you're allowed to come in, but we do encourage people to continue social distancing, trying out the social distancing ways of delivery and car pickup, and keeping 2 meters apart in the store. That is very important. I know it's tempting to watch us fish out your fish and be next to us, but you can't. So if you were wondering how we're doing and what we're doing during the pandemic, well, that's pretty much it. Haven't had a lot of time to work on my house, unfortunately. That would have been nice, but yeah, you deal with what you can. So let's get on with the tour. This is going to be completely improvised. I haven't scripted because, like I said, I have not had the energy to script anything. So I'm just going to take you around my fish and show you around and Hope you enjoy it. So now we're at the entrance of my store, and this is what you see. You've probably seen many of these aquariums in my Fish Store Extreme Makeover, but didn't know where or how they were, so now you know. This is just the entrance. So it goes all the way to the back. In the back over there, I have my breeders as well. So it's not just the store here in the building. And here you have my dry goods. So when you come in, the entrance, I like to keep it with embunas. So let's go check this out. This is where my 150-gallon used to be. Now there are just breeder tanks. Obviously the fish weren't ready to be filmed, so look at them just freak out. These are Labidochromis, Caerulus, but ruwari. So that's the kind, basically it's a Labidochromis, a basic yellow lab, but you know where they're from. And they're a little bit more orange. Here are Frelborni Chignaquoisi. These are amazing. There are a couple of OB estuaries in there. See, one there and one there, but they're pretty easy to tell apart. And if your eye is good, see this little lady here? She's holding. So all these fish that you're seeing are for sale. This is my store. Here are some more embunas. I have some Kenyi cichlids. The males are turning beautiful yellow. The females are staying blue. And these, the white ones, are Labidochromis perlmutte. On this other wall here, that we're eventually going to all take down and switch up. We were thinking of putting smaller aquariums, maybe 30, 40-gallon tanks, and putting small embunas, and putting the big ones in the 150-gallon here. So right now, what I have are, on the bottom, I have a couple of big embunas that I didn't transfer yet to the 150-gallon, mainly because, well, I don't want these tanks to be empty, and shipments have been hard to come by. So here is a awesome Pseudotropheus elongatus shaweri. Wait, here's the male, dominant male. He's looking at us, so you can't see his color, and the lighting is very bad, but these are nice purple fish. Behind you have a little Labidochromis female, some yellow labs. I can't remember what that is, right? And you have a little Victorian here, a CH44 that hasn't colored up. On top of it, in an aquarium that's way too high for anyone that is normal size, there are some Mangano cichlids. And look at this beautiful male. He's been showing off since yesterday. Now he's lost, see, he's losing his black line a little bit. That's what the dominant males do. Some days, well, sometimes in the day, he's completely light blue. There's no lines left. So this is, if you're 9 feet high, you can see them very well. All right, and next to them here are my, well, we're not gonna say along because they're all black, so we can't see them, a ton of Asiais, the Angara whitetail. Righty? And below, I have a couple of crab roe that I would have put in the demo, but then my tank would have been empty. Some manganos that were left, I put those all over the place. And a beautiful, this is a Labiotropheus trewavasi chilumba. All right, so they're moving a lot. I'm having trouble focusing. All right, we're gonna skip to the next one. Here you have the small tanks with the fish. These are the Galeria hara. They're pretty rare here in Quebec. If you were lucky, you saw that, here he is. Look at that beautiful male coloring up. Let's try to get a closer look. No, not photogenic today. I have some lions, there are only 2 left, so they're kind of hidden. These are the Let's Fasciata, the not obliquidens, the Acetotilapia Let's Fasciata. These are a Lake Victoria fish. Little babies. These are from my breeders. More here because there are way too many. couple more mbunas. These are from my breeders. No males are showing off today, unfortunately. Here in this aquarium that I had bought to show off at a house and a home convention, well, in here there are some Tony Duboisies. Look at these cuties. Now they are black with white polka dots. They eventually lose their polka dots and they become a royal blue with a yellow line. So I could film them all day, so let's not do that. Here is my 150-gallon tank with assorted big mbunas, a little bit of everything. And they all came to see me, so that's good. So it makes a nice video. What you don't see is that the other end of the aquarium is just empty because they're all in the same spot. Look, guys. Back at the entrance, so we have these 75-gallon here. I like big tanks. Not all local fish stores have big tanks, but we do because our local fish store has been built in chaos, and we like it that way. So this is a little mix of small mbunas, just trying to keep this tank full so that people have something nice to look at when they come in. Some estuaries and garas, nothing too rare or anything, but just something nice. Here, I forgot to open the light and it's too complicated to open it and close it back. Here are my Kirondos. They aren't the most photogenic fish. They're just sort of running around. All right, well, the hell with them. They won't be in the video. So here we get to the second part of the store. This is still open. Yeah, there's something weird going on there. I'll show you. I'll get to that soon. So this is the second part of the store, the wall of aquariums that I worked on for most of, I think it was 2017, 2018. Look at that. That's going to go down eventually, and over there where there were the mbunas. I realized that if I point at places that aren't in the camera frame, you don't see it. My two 125 gallons that were in a local fish store, extreme makeover version of in 2017. And then you have tropicals. There you go. And I won't show you the saltwater much because, because of the timing, they're just waking up. So all my corals are fast asleep. I like this tank. And here are the corals, and here are the fish. So I'm not going to show you much more of the saltwater. I'm going to stick with the African cichlids and maybe the freshwater fish. All right. So in case you're wondering what it looks like from the other side, here it is. You have the mbuna section over there, which I try to only keep mbunas in, but they always end up overflowing in this section here, which is a bit of everything else. All right. So here is a row I really like. We have some frontosas in here. I made a couple Tanganyika tanks. I kept them all here. With this beautiful, can't remember the name, Ophthalmotilapia, Bifatiatus neolamprologus. Well, some fish just won't be focused. So let's go below here. What do we have here? Oh, we have the red frontosa, which are a line-bred frontosa of the Burundi frontosas. Basically, they take the Burundi and they breed the red into them so that they're a little bit more on the reddish side. So they're not hybrids, in case you were wondering, but they are not available in the wild either. Then here you have some Neolamprologus You have some Boucherie neolamprologus, which are a pretty rare species. Baby of Talmud-tilapia right here. And then next to them you have more fish from Lake Tanganyika. I have a lot of Princess of Burundi, some Lulupis, and the wild caught. These are the parents, Boucherie, of the ones that you saw in the other aquarium. And on top of them, not from, well, any lake, is a Dimidiochromis, but OB variety. That is a hybrid that was made to have the Dimidiochromis shape with some spots on them. Obviously, they're still a bit young, so we can't see the spots well, but I'm excited to see what they'll look like older. This is the first time I have some so small, so we'll see what they give. After that, we have my little peacocks from Asia. So what's the difference between Asian bred peacocks and regular, let's say, the peacocks I breed in my store? It's, well, the ones in my store are higher quality. Let's say I get wild caught or F1 parents, I get the highest quality available. And whereas these are bred either to keep the colors, sometimes they use color enhancers as well, so you'll buy a fish and they might lose their colors. Whereas mine, my babies, they don't lose their colors. But they're colorful, they're cute, and people like them, so I have some in my store. After that, under here, I have a 125, well, with a quarter of water left, a quarter of the water gone because I haven't done the plumbing yet. So about 100 gallons of water, because that's how math works, of Demazani cichlids. I had bought, I think, 200 at first. So I probably have 100 left. So lucky for us, when the pandemic broke out, we were in our high season. Meaning, well, lucky for us. I mean, everything's relative, right? I would have liked no pandemic. But anyways, so when the pandemic broke out, we were in high season, meaning our store was full, like full to the teeth, if that expression applies. So I have not lacked any fish. Up here are some nice big haps. Look at that. Beautiful Milomo. That's a Stomatepia pindu. Not at all a hap. This is one of the rare occasions where he's calm. I guess it's still early, so he hasn't woken up yet. This is from Lake Baramimbo. I'm probably messing up the word. Anyways, it's not it's an African cichlid, but not from the three Great Lakes. It's very compatible with our African cichlids because of his behavior, diet, and everything. Look at that beautiful Venistus. There's a peacock right there. Some VC10 females. And now let's get to under here. Why is there some weird fabric on there? Well, what happened is we have a storing service, a pension service. So this guy needed a pension for his tank, and the tank leaked, long story short. So these beauties, let's get them, they're a little stressed out, but they like me because I give them food here, sorry. These beauties needed a home. And well, I'm not gonna put, since sharks are always so stressed out, I didn't want to put them just in the store. So they're in this 125-gallon tank. I was able to save them. Luckily, I saved all the fish for this client. There was a defect in the seal when it was remade. Sorry about the bad lighting. All right, big guy. Look at their noses. I was able to fix their noses. They had busted up noses. These guys are, look, they're still a little bit there. But it was a lot worse when I got them. So they're chilling out in the store because I don't have a 125-gallon tank elsewhere. So back to darkness. In here I have some small, medium haps that just a bunch of fun stuff. I have Mesochromis, Nimbochromis, Fuscotenatus, and Venustus in there as well. Oh, and some little litobats, the females here, this little lady. I know they're small to tell, but at that size, without color and the shape of the dorsal fin, very likely female. Tank up here, I won't spend too much time on it. Basically, a ton of Ancistrus were in there. I order them by the, I order a full tank of them when I get them, and well, it looks empty all the time. Here are some American cichlids in my wall of aquarium, and look at these guys fighting for the show. At least pretend you're friends. Come on, for TV, guys. With the silver dollars. So you have, this is a red Texas cichlid, just starting to color up the red. Eventually they should be all red, and the white convict there. Not albino, white. See, his eyes aren't red. Next up here we have some discus that were left from a previous order. Beautiful, peaceful American cichlids. And below are more, this is just a chaotic American cichlid aquarium. This used to be a discus system where I had 2 tanks full of discus, but well, there's not as much demand as I thought in Quebec for discus, so we just left them in 1 tank rather than filling 2 90-gallon tanks. Here is the electric blue Acara, which is so rare. I'm so happy to have them. I've been looking for them forever, and I have 2 left. I don't know how they didn't sell out. Maybe people got distracted with, I don't know, pandemics or stuff. And the rest are just convicts. Oh no, these aren't convicts. These are golden severum. They will become completely yellow when they grow up. This is a gorgeous fish. Again, things I don't know how they didn't sell. Next up, we are going in the wall of aquarium. Yeah, I'll take you through it really quickly. Like I said, everything's improvised. I didn't even put my ladder away. I have some gouramis here. Some mix of platies, tetras. The lighting is very bad in here, so sorry. Here, platies, tetras, and a lot of algae eaters in here. On top we have my tetra. On top we have my tetra neon cardinals. And a couple platies and tetras. You know, it's a community tank, so it's just chaos. Here, a couple more platies that are left with some big Danio fish. Chubby guys. These are jumbo Danios, so they're pretty big. In this tank, all I have left are a couple mollies. Can't remember the name of this one, but I love it so much. Look how beautiful he is. 2 beautiful male mollies. And I remember this is a creamsicle. The other one I can't remember though. Here is the wall of aquarium. These are in a system with a drip. So my rosy barbs with some guppies. The guppies are supposed to be on this side, the rosy barbs on the other, but we had some problems with our separations where they leaked. So, well, they didn't leak, they just like separated. So separation separated. So the fish can go from one side to the other where they shouldn't. So once in a while I mix them up, but not today. Here are some electric blue ramirezi. Here, we're back in African cichlids. Now I have the Altolamprologus compresseps. These are the red fins, and I have some Neolamprologus codopunctatus. I only have 2 left. Here they are. And they're showing off for us. the chihuahuas that I showed you at the beginning of the video. I also have some babies. Look at this beautiful guy. He didn't know there was a camera, so he didn't hide yet. I'm saying that because these guys are the worst. They're always hidden. Every time I want to take a picture, they hide. So count yourselves lucky. This, you can't see it very well because it's an ugly background and the lighting's bad, but they are purple. One day I'll fix my lighting. Here is not an Mbuna, the Tropheus ecola, Kaiser. The Tropheus are a Lake Tanganyika herbivore. Ideally, they go in a tank with only Tropheus. Most people mix them up with Mbunas, have success. I've seen them mix them with other things that are not herbivores. I would not suggest it, as these are pretty strict herbivores. I have two small Placidochromis phenochytis left, star sapphire cichlids. And in the back, you see some Synodontis valentiana, some little bottom feeders. And in this tank, the worst lighting with the bottom, the substrate that really doesn't accentuate their colors, are some Emsuli asciis. So basically, like the black ones that you usually see, but their body is light blue with some yellow, with yellow fins. So that's it for today's unscripted tour of my local fish store in Terrebonne, Quebec. That is right outside of Montreal. Usually I ship throughout Canada, but because of the pandemic, all of that is postponed until further notice. But I do ship locally. So if ever you want anything, but you don't want to go out of your house, there's shipping available. There is, car pickups. We have so many ways of social distancing. So, don't be shy. And in an email is technically social distancing, even though we're talking. So send me an email if you want anything. If you want more fish content in between my videos, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and I have a great website where you can shop online. I have plants that you can buy online. I have dry goods as well, so you can shop online there, build up your cart, and send an order and support my local fish store. If you want to support but are in the US or any other country, you can get a Cichlid Geek t-shirt. They are very comfortable, so if ever you are quarantined, well, at least you'll look good. You'll look fabulous. So you can get those in my Teespring store. All the links are in the video description as usual. And if you want any more videos, well, obviously you can subscribe to the channel. I post videos as often as I can. So for the rest of the conclusion, I went somewhere else because my arm was getting tired. So for everybody, I hope you are safe and healthy and you're doing fine, and that the quarantine hasn't get you. If ever you are confined at home, don't feel guilty for eating all the mac and cheese and making more. It's okay, we all do it. If you're bored in quarantine, you can also go check out my YouTube channel. I have a ton of videos. I also have the Fish Store Extreme Makeover series, which is a lot of fun, and all the, I'm talking about how I moved all my tanks. Well, you can see me do it in those episodes. So enjoy. Thank you to everyone who supports me. Thank you everyone for your heartwarming messages. And thank you for tuning in. I'll see you soon. Bye.